when she did an unpaid commercial for Prep and said that she was on Prep and then was like, you be signing NDAs? I don't be signing for men. And I was like, Tamar, who are you talking to? But also, she admitted that she was on Prep. And again, if you're on Prep, no shame. Like, I hear the dating world is brutal out in Atlanta. It's the Wild Wild West, and you have to, it's the Wild Wild West, and you 100% uh, have to protect yourself. But yet, and still, if it's the Wild Wild West and you 100% have to protect yourself, great. But if you've been celibate, why are you on Prep? I'm just saying, why are you on Prep if you've been celibate for a year? All right, girl. So anyway, right? And she's not going to date till she's 18. Okay, do what you want. She said, there's no way I'm going to bring another man into his life to be unsuccessful. There's no way. Okay, good for you. Because I don't think JR was ever I don't think JR was ever a good thing for him to be around Logan. This is my opinion. JR was a 60-year. You ever heard that old saying with men? The way men never see themselves, certain men, a lot of men, dare I say all men, listen, they never see themselves as getting older. As women, we see ourselves as getting older, not like, "Ugh," like, no, but we're like, yo, we're not the same girl we were at 15, at 22, at 28. You know what I'm saying? We see ourselves progressing and we see like life teaching us stuff as we go. Mm-mm. Men like JR don't see that. Men like JR never see themselves as getting older. They see themselves as leveling up. So they see themselves as, even if they're 60, or how old is Chicken Little? Colonel Sanders. How old is Colonel Sanders, right? He sees him, in my opinion, this is all my opinion. He sees himself as that same 25-year-old kid, but now they got more resources. You see what I'm saying? Like men like JR, and this is the Peter Pan syndrome, they never see themselves as getting older. They see themselves as that same 25-year-old, but now they got more resources. So they leveled up. Instead of seeing themselves as a 50-year-old with a Benz and diamonds that Tamar bought them, Benz, diamonds, all this stuff. No, they see themselves as a 25-year-old that leveled up, but they still that same 25-year-old with resources. So men like JR that see themselves as that, they never truly grow up because you still see yourself as a 25-year-old doing 25-year-old things, right? And I really do think, I mean, JR's style, what he was into, what he was doing, like he's still 50 years old or however old he is, running the streets. Like, because I guess he was too broke when he was 20 to run the streets. So now he's 50 and he's running the streets, but yet you on your knees in the Hilton eating groceries with your reward points when you should be at home playing daddy to your fiance's son. I mean, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But let's move on. Let's move on. That's neither here nor there. We'll come back to this, okay? Anyway, Tamar is now focused on being a mom, which is a good thing, right? You can say a lot about Tamar, but you can't deny she loves her son. She said, I just want to mentally protect him as much as I can. I don't want to give him any abandonment issues or anything like that. Now, can I just say this? There's something, I know we're going off on a lot of tangents, but just let me cook. There is something in the reality TV reality TV star to get any random man you know for 10 seconds and get your kids to call that person daddy. That's a pipeline. That's a pipeline. I don't know what it is in reality TV. I don't know if they just pick Looney Tunes that literally will meet a man and the man will be like, yeah, baby, I love you, marry me. And without any vetting, without trying anything, without even seeing if this person is good enough to be a role model for your child and a stable person to your child, you decide to be like, they said daddy. It's the same way women will be like, that's my husband. First of all, your husband got 9 outside babies. You and your husband only been married for 3 months, and you've only known him for 2 months. Giving someone the title of husband There's not, and they'd be like, "Oh, what God said first," and I know God's in heaven. Like, who said that first? I don't even know what's going on. When did they get married? You got married anyway. There is something like the women that because somebody is a husband title, they're literally doing biblical love and sacrifices for someone that God was like, I didn't even know you did this. You snuck out. I was looking for you to give you some blessings and come to find out you're married. What? So there's a pipeline between reality TV stars and maybe because they get a lot of users or attracted to him. Like, I know, in my opinion, JR seemed like a loser who only wanted to be famous and he thought he found a real dummy in Tamar. And I'm not going to lie, for a while, his assumptions were correct, right? We all been there, part of the dum dum thing. And, Tamar's dum dum years just lasted longer than most. And it's broadcasted on TV. I think it lasted 8 times longer than most people's dum dum period, and it was broadcasted on TV. So, it was like, it was a lot. It was a lot, right? So then, you look at JR, and because someone is like, yeah, I want to marry you and I want to be a dad, it clicks something in the reality TV dum dum head. It's like when Portia was like, sitting Pilar on Simon's lap, and we saw Simon the way he treated his other kids, right? I'm not saying he don't love them, but really, we saw the way Simon treated Fallon's kids and the way he walked away, and the kid was texting him, and Portia was sitting there drinking pina coladas, and now Portia is about to be taken for a wild ride with Simon. Don't say she got money, because she didn't. Simon's appealing it, and as much as it pains me to see, he looks like he might win this round. Anyway, I feel like with JR, Portia heard, like, not Portia, Tamar heard, fiance daddy, and she forced her kid to always get involved with these men because it's like, no, it's a ready made family. And they basically dragged their kid from the outside looking in into their desperation because Tamar just wants to be loved. You're training your kid just wanting to be loved. And I think that's where abandonment issues or anything like that. So I'm glad that, like, she got involved and got on top of that, right? She says that Logan, da 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 da. Okay, so anyway, here's what Funky Daniba said. Okay, we're getting to the point. I know what y'all saying. Get to the point, Tisa. It's coming, but let me just cook. All right, let me just cook. So then Funky Daniba said this. I'm sure y'all heard it, but listen to this. Hold on. Where is Tamar? I'm sure y'all heard it, but just listen to this 1 second. Where we at? Oh my God. Instagram, stop it.
I don't know what happened to the lady. We went out. What night that was? We went out. Uh,
Sunday. It was Sunday.
Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday.
We went out Saturday night. We went to the roof, Chris. We ate. We had a good time. She was like, "Let's turn up for your birthday." We went down to the V12. Shouts out to Vinny and all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw. Um, or whatever, with us walking in, they're making a whole lot of noise.
We about to have fun.
Yeah, we all got in the car together. The car dropped us off at Tamar house. I didn't go upstairs. I went to my car. I went and met James Knox at BJ Rooster, and I came home. The next day when I woke up, I had a text message from Tamar at 10 in the morning that said, "Can you give me Dr. Heavenly phone number?" I didn't think anything of it because people ask me for Dr. Heavenly phone number all the time. And it's typically when people have an emergency veneer situation. I did not think anything of it. People ask me for her number all the time. And then the next thing I know, folks is sending me this thing on the internet where the lady said she almost died and she was laying in a pool of blood. And I know some of y'all are gonna be committed to thinking I'm lying, and y'all gonna be committed to thinking I'm biased, and y'all are gonna be committed to thinking I'm covering up something. And
He's right.
I swear to God, on my mother, I don't know what happened.
Do you even have a good relationship with your mom?
I honestly don't.
Okay, fine.
I don't know what happened. And that's the God honest truth.
But what do you think happened?
That's not gonna be good enough, but you're gonna have to make it enough.
Okay.
I promise you, on Isaac's life, I don't know what happened.
Who's Isaac?
She ain't told me nothing. The lady just said she needed Dr. Heavenly phone number. So that's that on that. I hope we can put that to bed. I know what y'all know. I can give y'all a little more details. The lady did say, Q, I'm missing 4 teeth. And then I wrote back, I'm confused. So you just woke up and 4 of your teeth was missing, and the lady didn't respond. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with the lady mouth. That's all I know. If that ain't good enough for you, bitch, make it enough. Okay.
Okay. So that was Funky Geneva. He did a live where he went into it, okay? I have a couple of questions and I have more to say. But one, who's Isaac? Go to chat. Who is Isaac? First of all. Second of all, so they all went back to Tamar's house. So they were at Tamar's house. That means I'm guessing Logan was home. Somebody said this happened out by a pool. As far as I know, Tamar doesn't have a pool. But does she live in a high rise where it's like the community pool? So they were downstairs. But I think most community pools, when you get a building with a lot of and amenities, at least the ones they tell you at 10 or 11 o'clock, you can't be in the pool anymore. They're not trying to get sued. They don't want any liability. You can use the common areas, but at 11 p.m., ain't nobody allowed in the pool. They don't let any 24-hour pool parties happen in most buildings that have amenities. Now, also, look at Tamar. Why does it look like Senate Bunner Girl? We about to have fun. Party just begun. Fall all night until we see the sun. Call. Okay, fine. We about to have fun. Okay, fine, right? Uh, okay. So that was what Funky Geneva said, right? Now, a couple of things, because you know me, I was like, yo, what is going on? Is Tamar trying to protect somebody that laid hands on her? Because from even his explanation and Tamar's explanation, yo, I'm missing 4 teeth, it sounds like she's trying to protect someone. Because that would explain her super, super, super weird response and why there's no police report and why she's not going to a regular doctor. Now, here's the thing, right? You said that your friends blood, but again, maybe that was a typo and I'm reading too much into this, right? But one, Tamar didn't have to say anything. So, first question, and we're going to discover this as we go on. Why are you now telling us a story? Because it sounds like she's trying to get a story. And for anybody saying that's Tamar's business, Tisa, not when you put it on Instagram. Like, I don't be in Tamar's windows looking, but if you put it on Instagram, I do believe it is fair notice and we can actually talk about it. Do you not agree? Anyway, right? There was there's all conflicting reports about whether there was a police report. I believe that there was a police report because Tamar, if she went to the hospital, like people are saying she was rushed to the hospital would have either had to would have made a police report, right? Somebody comes in with a fractured face, missing 4 teeth, and like a fractured face and all this other stuff, there would have been some type of report made. Now, the only way there wouldn't be a police report is if she decided not to go to the hospital. And that also makes sense because why are you asking for Dr. Heavenly's number? And third thing, Funky is a friend to no one. What? Funky is a friend to no one. And also for her being like, I don't know what happened with that lady. Look, they are walking into